Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of ManageEngine Shield Classroom. My name is Ram and I'm a cybersecurity specialist at ManageEngine. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the Cloud Access Security Broker or CASB. And here's a definition of CASB right in front of you, and I'm going to read it out for your convenience. CASBs are on-premises or cloud-based security policy enforcement points placed between cloud service consumers and cloud service providers to combine and interject enterprise security policies as the cloud-based resources are accessed. Now, this is a definition, right? So let me kind of break it down for you. What this actually means is that the CASB is going to be at the center point. So here you have the CASB. You may have endpoints over here. So these are the endpoints. And here would be the cloud apps that people are trying to access. So these would be the cloud apps. So as the users are trying to access the cloud apps, they necessarily will have to go through the CASB or the Cloud Access Security Broker. And because of its placement at the midpoint between the endpoints and the cloud applications, it can do a whole lot of different functionalities for you. For example, it can do credential mapping, it can do authentication and authorization, it can do alerting, it can do a whole lot of monitoring for you. So that's the main functionality of a CASB. Now, as you can see here, there are three different deployment modes when it comes to the Cloud Access Security Broker. You have the forward proxy, you have the reverse proxy method, and then you've got API scanning. Forward proxy is exactly this, right? What I've just told you right here. So CASB would stay at the midpoint, and it would be generally at the periphery of an organization's network. So anytime a user from within the organization wants to access a cloud application, they will go through the CASB, which in this case would be nothing but a gateway server, so to speak, right? So this would be an example of a forward proxy. In the reverse proxy method, what you would actually have is the endpoint. They would try to access the cloud, but then once they try to access the cloud, what's going to happen is they're going to get redirected over to the CASB, which would then authenticate and authorize the user. It would ascertain if the user is who they say they are. And once the identity is confirmed, then they're going to get access. So that would be what is called the reverse proxy, right? Now, with the API scanning, what's going to happen is it's just the use of API connectors. So you would have the CASB, and you would have a whole lot of cloud activities going on. And the CASB would just connect to the cloud using API connectors, and it would get all of that information in. So while the API scanning method, it would be very good for data at rest. So what has already happened, you'd be able to analyze that in a whole lot of detail very effectively. The forward and the reverse proxy, you could actually analyze data in motion because you'd be able to capture what is happening with the data as it goes through. Now, when it comes to the CASB, there are two main use cases that it can help you with. One is the tracking of shadow applications, and second is data exfiltration. Now, shadow applications, let me tell you what they are first, right? So there are generally three main types of applications in use in any organization. You have what are called the sanctioned applications. So these are applications which the organization may have deemed to be very vital for the organization. It could probably help the employees with their productivity, right? So it would help them with their work. So organization basically deemed them to be vital for employees, and they would make them sanctioned, right? Then you have banned applications. Now these are outrightly not to be used in the organization. The organization has banned them. So they have taken a policy that there are certain applications which are not to be used, right? So you could have social media sites, for example, which come under the banned list. But there is this third group of applications, and these are what are called shadow applications. Now, shadow applications are where the danger actually lies. And that's because the organization has not really taken a policy decision on them. They're not really sanctioned, nor are they really banned, right? So they are shadow applications. They kind of lay under the radar. And a CASB will give you visibility into that. So a CASB will let you know what kind of shadow applications are being used in the organization, and it will allow the security personnel to take a policy decision, right? And a CASB can also connect to threat intelligence feeds and will get a reputation score for these applications. so that the security personnel can make an informed decision as to whether to either ban them or to sanction them. So that's what shadow applications are, and you get that visibility into shadow applications. The second use case for a CASB would be to help you stop data exfiltration. Nowadays, so many users are using the cloud, right? Data rarely stays within the confines of an organization. People are using the cloud. Third-party SaaS applications are always being used. I'll give you an example. Let's say that there is a marketing manager working for an organization, and this person happens to be a trusted employee for the company. But let's say that this employee has either started up on their own, they have a company that they want to start, or they have got another job. So one fine day, this marketing manager, they access the customer database, they download all that data, and then they try to upload that data into their personal cloud account. Now that's a classic case of data exfiltration, and a CASB can give you visibility into that as well. So as data is moving into the cloud, a CASB will let the security analyst know that this is what is happening, and then the security analyst can take the right actions to stop that kind of exfiltration. It could be an upload into the cloud, or it could even be something over chat, right? There are so many instant messaging applications. So maybe the marketing manager is using one of those applications to transfer data to somebody else, and a CASB can give you visibility into that as well. Now, take a look at this. There are 4 pillars of a cloud access security broker, and some of this we already touched upon. You have visibility, identity, threat protection, and data protection. So with visibility, you basically get visibility into everything, right? It sits at the midpoint, and it helps you get the visibility into what is happening as far as traffic is concerned. With identity, you get to see who the user is, at what time they have done a particular action, what action it is that they have done. So all of that is visible for you. So that is the identity, especially with the user identity. Threat protection. Now here's where you can actually use a CASB to stop threats. So let's say it's a malware or a ransomware. You can actually stop that with a CASB. It will tell you about what kind of traffic is going through, and if there is some sort of a malware that's happening within the network, it will let you know about that. And of course, data protection as well. I gave you the classic case of a data exfiltration attempt. So a CASB can help you with data protection as well, right? So these are the 4 pillars of CASB. And put together, it will also help you with one more thing, and that's compliance. A lot of countries mandate that your cloud access is monitored, and your CASB solution will help you with that as well. If you have a SIM solution with a CASB integrated with CASB functionality, that's going to make matters so much easier for you and more effective for you as well. So yes, so that's what a cloud access security broker actually is. I hope you found this video helpful and valuable. Until next time, please take care. My name is Ram. Thank you so much.